I was working. I heard early that we were supposed to get some tornadoes. I was trying to watch the weather tracker. It didn't look like anything serious was coming. You know, they had a couple little small spots, little small storm spots. So I didn't think much of it. But then I think it was around, what time was it, like 2 o'clock? Around 2 o'clock, she calls me and says, yes, they have a tornado somewhere close by. And I might have been later than that. And she's like, but be careful. Go next door to the 7-Eleven and, you know, go hide out in their coolers with them if you want. And she's like, but just be careful. I'm watching the live feed from one of the news channels, and you know, I heard when they crossed I-44 and it was over by Penn and Southwest 19th area, Southwest 19th. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, it's still not that close. And then they're saying, yeah, it's moving almost straight east. So I said, well, if it moves straight east, it'll be about a mile or so away. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it won't be too bad. I'll just stay here. And then they're saying, yeah, it just crossed Western. And as soon as that happened, we lost power. Mm. So a little bit scared at that point. But I take out the laptop and I try to connect that way because it's battery operated. Mm-hmm. So I try to connect with the laptop, and I got a little bit more, and they're like, yeah, it just crossed Western, and if you're anywhere here, and then I lost internet connection. So at that point, yeah, I was scared, so I went to the bathroom at the store, and I closed the door and sat on the floor. And then I was sitting there hearing the rumbling, the noise, stuff hitting the building. I realized I forgot my phone, so I ran back out, grabbed the phone, go back to the bathroom, close the door, holding onto the phone for like dear life. And then the rumbling got really loud. Stuff's hitting the building really hard. I could hear it. I could hear the creaking, the stuff. I look up. Just as I look up, the roof is being pulled off. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I basically dove for the little space under the sink. I figured if anything's gonna fall, hopefully the sink will protect me a little bit. Mm-hmm. I wasn't planning on the sink falling.
But the sink fell on you?
Yeah, the sink fell on me.
Oh no.
Because as soon as I was there, because I was on my hands and knees face down, and I felt something fall on my back and something else fell on my leg, and I'm guessing it was the toilet because I could feel all the water at my feet, and that had my feet pinned down pretty good. And then the sink fell and it hit my head and it hit my shoulder, and it's kind of pinning me down that way too. And in about 30 seconds, it's all over. All I did was, take my free hand and try to feel around. I felt like a little hole, and I kind of pushed, and whatever was there, I pushed away, and there comes the sunlight in, or the light was coming in.
So you finally got it pushed off of you?
Well, I didn't push it off. I just pushed a little piece of debris and opened up a little hole. And I'm still there trying to call my wife, trying to call somebody. And then I could hear people, and they're calling out if anybody's hurt, anybody's anywhere. And I start screaming out, yeah, I'm over here. And they're like, where you at, buddy? I whistled, and they're like, where you at, buddy? And I stuck my hand out the little hole and start waving my fingers. And then some guy comes over, and he's like, where are you at? I go, right under your feet. You're right on top of me. During that time, I was trying to think of how to get out. Before that time, I was actually thinking that might be the position that they find me in. That was going to be it.